Welcome to
Crazy, right?
A podcast
Be your own person.
for those affected by
Crazy, right?
mental health,
I wanted to just try it.
Crazy,
It's something that I've struggled with for a while.
featuring live improvised music
Now I finally got my head right again.
by your host,
am I right? Crazy,
It feels good to talk about it.
right? Crazy, right?
Dave Asher.
My guest today is Aurelie De Foresta. She is a 28-year-old theater artist based out of Lyon and Paris, France, where she performs, writes, directs, and improvises. She supports interdisciplinarity in her shows, frequently incorporating singing and dancing. Aurelie, thank you for joining me here today in my studio. I'm going to step over here to my piano. Let's just have a phrase from you, almost like a suggestion, based on just a moment here of me playing a little music, and then you saying a word or phrase that might be of a memory you're having, or an emotion, or anything that you're visualizing.
Yeah, I think I have something. So it would be patience should be my way. I believe that we we need to give all of ourselves time.
What is one thing from your life that you would like that time for?
I really wish I didn't got sick. Now in my life I have the feeling I'm running after some lost time, and I'm not sure it's the best way to think. It was just after the terrorist attacks in Paris, the day that some men came into a newspaper and shot almost everyone because those people were drawing and writing and making fun of sometimes very, to their eyes, dangerous things.
Tell me about what those days were like for you and what you remember of it.
Yeah, so I got really very involved in my college, because I was over college at that time, but I still had lots of friends from this place, and we were really sticking together to translate articles, to write things, to imagine things like how can we defend the right of expression, the freedom to express yourself. And at that time, I was doing my dream, like just after I finished college. It was very hard, like long studies, lots of books, lots of reading, lots of writing, and I've always dreamt of being on stage, of playing, of like just putting my body in front of an audience. And it was my second year of a very intense theater school, so a professional one, and so that was all my situation at this time. And and like it just happened, like as if you were catching a cold or breaking a leg or something. I just started to feel really either excited or sad or very, very afraid of something, and all this was related to the attacks. It all happened very, very suddenly. Like in 2 days, I started to imagine that there were people who wanted to kill me in the street, or there were bombs hidden, or the policemen with their dogs wanted to attack people, or that I'm just gonna die. Like I was so much convinced of this. The first thing I did was to go to my regular doctor and to tell her I feel a bit tired, I feel a bit strange, like things are, things are happening. And so she said, yeah, in those times, like maybe you're doing lots of things and you should rest. But I couldn't sleep. Like, I mean, really, I was spending the whole night being afraid, being in a corner of my apartment and just trying to hide from people who would catch me through the walls or to break my door or to just come in, you know. It was like, all this was from one day to the second day. So this was the first day, I would say. And during the night at 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning, I went to the hospital and I said, yeah, I'm really seeing things like, hey, terrorists, blah, 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 guns, nah. They were like, yeah, maybe you should see someone, you know. And then I went back home and I really started to have suicidal thoughts. Like, I thought, okay, so like everyone wants to kill me. There are bombs or guns or things, so I'm just gonna die. So it's like, and I called my father. I told him, like, I wasn't speaking at all to my parents at that time. We had very complicated relations, but I told him, like, I'm just pick me up, and I just feel I felt bad, like. So he picked me up. We went back to my hometown, Lyon, and then I spent also like few hours not sleeping, not eating, not nothing, and then we went together to the hospital. It's like a movie happening in your head. It's really like everything you see through your eyes is transformed. The reality is different. Like, I remember I have a cat. I was like, yeah, they train her to smell bombs, or it's really like a movie to me. So yeah, in the hospital they told me I had to spend some days in the psychiatric clinic because we have hospitals and clinics in France.
And were you prescribed any medication?
Yeah. First day I arrived in the clinic, so like it was like one night before, one night after staying in the public hospital, they immediately gave me some medication, and it really worked very well.
You let go of this movie?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I know that you sing, and I know that English is your second language, and but I'm curious to hear if you would sing a song from the perspective, if you were the medication taking you out of this movie.
So I am this medicine, yeah?
Right.
I remember the name of it now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I am aripiprazole. I'm here for you every day. I am the keeper of your sweet sleep. I am the gate of your mind. Don't feel afraid, don't feel frightened, just feel brave. I'm here for you every day. Don't feel shy, don't feel guilty, trust my eyes. I'll be for you, I'll be the one if I have to.
Very nice.
So just after this happened, from day to day I went to 3 different hospitals. I went 1.5 months in a psychiatric clinic. I was living on my own, and I had to go back to my parents' house. My boyfriend broke with me the day I went to the hospital, and my theater school, they asked me to give proofs of my, like, what happened to me, you know.
I can't just let that go by that your boyfriend broke up with you.
Yeah, exactly. I know, like, we were 5 years together, and he proposed to me 2 months before, and from the day I told him I'm going to a psychiatric clinic, he told me I can't take care of you anymore, some other people are more qualified for it.
And is that, how surprising is that in terms of how mental health is talked about in France?
I really like, it doesn't surprise me at all. It's, see, mental health, danger, crazy people, hospitals, people drooling or screaming. You have those images of people running naked or being tied or just...
When you see those images, are those things that are in French films?
Or maybe in American films
yes.
as well. I'm
right.
thinking about the one with Jack Nicholson. Yeah, what's the name of it?
Oh, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
Right. So your boyfriend, and seems like the general people in France do not have, there's a little bit of a stigma.
Oh yeah, that's really something.
After the hospitalization, you got depressed.
Oh yeah. When I get out of the hospital after 1 month and a half spent in it. Yeah. When I got sick, this first thing, this episode, the whole time I was aware of that I have a job, I have theater, I have my cat, my friends, like everything, and I was always thinking like, how do I go back to this? How do I start again? And when I was staying in the hospital, everything got torn little by little. So my boyfriend the first day, then all my theater project, they were calling me or just not getting news from me. So everything started to fall apart. My body was a bit slowed down by the aripiprazole, the thing I was singing about. It really slows you down. So when I got off the hospital, I just realized this is it. Everything is over. Like, no boyfriend, no private apartment. I'm back to my parents. No more theater school. No more projects. So depression, like deep depression with just.
You attempted to kill yourself?
Yeah. I think 1 week after I got off the hospital, yeah. Because I was also aware of the fact that I had a very strong episode of mental illness and like how people are gonna look at me. I was so ashamed of having this.
So you lost your relationship, you'd lost a job, you'd lost your living situation, and you were recovering from a psychotic experience.
Yeah.
And then you attempted suicide.
Yeah.
Could you write what you might think might be your suicide note?
Like the way I say goodbye to everyone, or?
Yes.
The funny thing is I really did this. I really left a note.
Okay.
It was to my parents, mostly.
It sounds like such a powerful moment in your life. would you sing the rest of that note in English? And you can embellish if you want to embellish.
I don't want to disturb you. I don't want to be a burden. I want to live your life alone. You are doing too many things for me. You are helping me too much. It's not normal that a 25 years girl needs people around her like this. I'm getting a little bit too emotional, I guess. That was really what I felt at this moment. I really didn't want to disturb people.
I can definitely relate to that. I remember when I was very depressed, I was living at home and I asked my father, would you stop loving me if I just went away to a place and just lied down until I died? Or would you rather I just kill myself? And
what a great choice he had.
Exactly. He did not like the question very much.
And what did he answer?
Well, he said, what do you think? Of course, I would rather you be alive. And I said, what if that means you would have to worry about me as someone alive? And he said, what do you think? Of course, I would rather you be alive.
Yeah, I think family can be a great support, but it's also very complicated because you must imagine, I wasn't talking at all to my parents because of my boyfriend. Since 1 year, we didn't even spend Christmas together. And then we meet and I'm sick and my boyfriend broke with me, and it's like, I don't know, it really felt strange. I really felt like being a weight, something like this.
A burden.
A burden, yeah, I said it before, yeah. When I tried to suicide, so I went back to the hospital for 1 more month. So I spent 1 month and a half for the first thing, got out for 1 month, and then went back for depression 1 more month. And I was still taking the first medicine, so I had 2 instead of 1.
Have you since then, have you ever heard any voices in your head or thought your cat was ever doing anything again?
No. I was hearing one of the other girls on a podcast of yours, and she was saying, yeah, I'm able to recognize some symptoms. I'm able to feel when something is happening to me, and luckily I hope that will be my case, because I remember how I was feeling the first day this happened to me. So I really hope if I'm starting to feel again the very first symptoms, I will immediately go back to the psychiatrist and ask for medicine, because I stopped medicine 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago.
And you work in the theater currently?
I'm working in theater, yes.
And do you feel like being in the theater in some ways is in any way a crazy thing to begin with?
To begin with, when do we begin to work in theater? No, I have to tell you something. So the worst thing for me during depression was that I was no more able to read or to watch a movie, or to
Couldn't focus?
couldn't focus and couldn't create, because I'm not only an actress or a comedian, I'm also a stage director, and I love to create things, to have new projects. And this was the worst during depression. So the only way I found to go back to theater, because I was only doing script theater. The only way I found to go back was improv. I was like, okay, let's do something just on the moment. Let's no ideas before, no everything just right now. I was almost forced to create on the moment. That was it. I was like in the moment, forced to create, and that was amazing to recover like this, to go back to theater thanks to improv.
And you said at the beginning that we need patience.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you are a patient person with other people?
I'm always trying to, because it's always the hardest when it happens to you. Well, for me, I was really thinking I will never get out of it. I was thinking this will be my life, and I met some other people at the hospital that were also feeling like this, and they were telling me, but you know, it's the 7th time this happened to me, and each time it's happening to me, I'm always feeling I'm never gonna get out of it. So maybe you will get out of it as it's your first time. And yeah, it's hard to believe that with time things can be better when you're in this hard moment. It's hard to believe in the future, but if you don't believe, like, just let the medicine do its job. That's what my psychiatrist said one day.
And what's something that you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to earn more and more money thanks to theater. to quit my 2 days a week job, which is quite okay, but it's not theater, so I'd like to dedicate my whole days only to theater, dancing and singing maybe as well.
In that spirit of dancing and singing, if there were an Aurelie song, and you were introducing yourself to an audience, and you can give me some direction here too. You're introducing your performance persona to a room full of agents or friends or an audience. How does that song go? And is it up tempo? Is it slow?
It's a blues one. Yeah, of course. It would be, 'cause when you're up, you can be down, and when you're down, you can be up. It works like this in this world. No one knows what's going on. Sometimes you're down, sometimes you're up. That's the way it works in this world. You never know. You never know. You can come for a interview with Dave Asher and break your ankle on the way. You can sing a bluesy song and have your leg with ice on a chair in front of him. Yeah,
that might be the sound you've heard, this crinkling of a plastic bag. If that makes it onto the recording, then that's 'cause Aurelie sprained her ankle.
You can hear You can hear the sound of the icing back. But remember one thing from what I always said is that you never know, you never know, you never know.
Thank you, Aurelie. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you so much.
Thank you again to my guest, Aurelie De Foresta. Aurelie works out of the Laboratory of Creative, Sympathetic, and Engaged Artists in Lyon, doing social and political improvisation. Aurelie, it's been a pleasure connecting with you here in Chicago. Take good care. That wraps up this episode of Crazy Right with Dave Asher. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider writing a review or rating this podcast. And of course, we would love it if you subscribe. I'm Dave Asher, and I'm glad to be here. Fall down.